Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how you can create latte art in Blender. If you're interested, then stick around until the end of the video. So let's get started. First hit Shift A and add a circle. Now press A and E and Z. Scale it up like this. Press E again and Z. And scale it like this. Now Alt click on this vertex here to select all of these and press F. Go to the modifiers and add a subdivision surface modifier and set the levels viewport and render to 3. With this still selected, press 3 and press I. To get rid of these weird edges here, press I again. Now here press Ctrl R and add a loop cut and move it up here. Go into object mode, add a solidify modifier, move it above the subdivision surface modifier, hit Shift A and add a torus. Set the minor radius to 0.15. Go into top view by pressing 7 on the numpad, go into edit mode and press Z, go to wireframe and press 1. Now select all of these vertices here and delete them. Go back to viewport shading and into object mode, press Ctrl 3, press 3 in the numpad and rotate it on the X by 90 degrees. Now press 1 on the numpad and move it here and scale it down like this. Press 3 to move it like this and rotate it again. And let's put it here. Go into edit mode and enable proportional editing. Go into wireframe view again and alt select this vertex here. Now press 3 and scroll your mouse wheel like this. Now select these vertices here, press 3 again. Now these, 3. And now let's select these and press 3 again. Go back into object mode and select this object here and go into edit mode. Go to viewport shading and press 3 again. Select this face here. Now press Ctrl and plus a couple of times until you reach this part here. Press Shift D and P selection. Now we turn this into a separate object. Go back to object mode and select this object here. Go back into edit mode, press 2 and alt click on this edge here and press F. Press I to insert the face like this. Now press slash on the numpad and add a loop cut here. Make sure that the loop cut is still selected and deactivate proportional editing. Now press 3 twice and move it up even more. Go back into object mode and hit slash again. Now let's press S, Shift Z and scale it down so that it doesn't intersect here. Since we won't see the bottom, it doesn't matter if it intersects here. Hit Shift A and add a plane. Move it down like this. And let's scale it by 10. Let's save now, and with the coffee selected, go to the shading tab. Go to rendered view. In the world properties, go to color and select environment texture. I'm going to put a link to the one that I use in the description. Now click on new, add a mix RGB and put it here. Plug the color into the base color. Let's set the roughness to 0.25. We also need to set the subsurface to 0.1. Duplicate the mix RGB and plug the color into the color 1. Now let's duplicate it 3 more times. Plug this color into color 2, this color into the factor and into color 1. Let's also plug this one into the factor here, and this one plug it into color 2. Add a Voronoi texture and put that here. Plug the distance into color 2 here. Set the scale to 1000. Add a color ramp. Put it here and duplicate it. Set the black to 0.4. For this black here, I'm going to use this hex code. For the white, I'm going to use this hex code. Now let's bring this into somewhere around here. Select these 3 nodes and press Shift D. Plug the color into color 1 here. Put this color here bring this one all the way over here, and now I'm going to use this hex code. Now go here and bring the black into somewhere around here and the white here. Let's also set the scale here to 100. Select this color ramp and press Ctrl-Shift-D to duplicate it and keep the connection. Now take the color here and plug it into the factor. Put the black here and the white here. Select this color ramp and duplicate it, and plug the color into the factor here and into color 2. Select the color ramp and this mix RGB and duplicate it. Let's bring the color ramp here. For this color ramp, bring the white into somewhere around here and the black here. Now take this color and plug it into the factor. For this color ramp, bring the white here and the black here. Now add a gradient texture. Put that here. Plug the color into the factor and set it to spherical. Select the gradient texture and press Ctrl-T. Select the UV output. Set the X and Y location to -0.5. Go into edit mode and press A and U and select cube projection. Now if we Ctrl-Shift click on the color ramp, we've got this gradient here. Let's Ctrl-Shift click on the principal BSDF again. Select the mapping node and press Ctrl-Shift-D and connect the vector to color 1. Hit Shift A and add an image texture. You can use any picture you want. I'm going to use one that I took. You can get that image for free for the link in the description. Just click on open and find the folder where you have the image. Now let's Ctrl-Shift click on the mix RGB. For the X location I'm going to use 0.04. For the Y -0.16. Depending on the image you use, you are going to need different values here. I'm going to set the X scale to 0.75 and the Y to 1.28. Now let's adjust the color ramp so that we don't have these edges here. I'm going to bring the black into somewhere around here and the white here. Now take the color of this gradient texture and connect it to the factor here. Now take this color and plug it into color 2 here. Duplicate one of the mix nodes and duplicate it again. Take this color here and plug it into the factor. And take this color and plug it into color 1. Again, let's take this color and plug it into the factor here. I think I'm going to go back here and bring the white back like this. Here let's add a bump node and duplicate it twice. Enable invert for the one on the top and on the bottom. Connect this normal to color 1 and this one to color 2. Now let's select this one and plug it into color 2 again. Take the color here and plug it into the height. Let's do the same for this color ramp and plug it into the height of the bump node on the bottom. Now take this color and plug it into the height again. For the first two bump nodes, set the strength to 0.1 and for the last one to 0.05. I made a little mistake here. This color 2 needs to remain empty. All you need to do here is to select the color and make it white. By the way, if you want to get these previews here, you can get the node preview add-on for the link in the description. Add a color ramp. Put it here so that it's connected to this factor here. Now go here and flip color ramp. Bring the black into somewhere around here. Let's bring the white into somewhere around here. Now let's connect this mix RGB to the normal. I'm going to change one more thing here. Let's bring the black in here and the white here. I set it to 0.2. Let's select the cup now. Click on new. Set the roughness to 0.06 and the clear code to 0.63. Add a hue saturation value. Plug that into the base color. Set the saturation to 0. Add a noise texture. Put that here. Plug the factor into the color. Set the scale to 10,000. Now press Ctrl-T. Select the plane and click on New. I'm going to use an image texture for this. I'm going to put a link to the one that I used in the description. Select the principled BSDF and press Ctrl-Shift-T. Now find the folder where you have the image texture, press A and enter. Select this object and the cup and press Ctrl-L, link materials. One thing that I forgot to add earlier is a plate, so let's go back to layout mode. Now hit Shift A and add a circle. Let's move the plane down a little, like this, and select the circle. Go into front view and press G and Z and move it down like this. Go into edit mode, press A, E, and S, Shift Z. Scale it up like this. Now press Ctrl R and 3, enter. Enable proportional editing. Alt select this edge here and press G and Z and scroll your mouse wheel like this. Press slash on the numpad and now alt select this edge here and press F. Now press slash again. Go back into object mode, press Ctrl 3 and set the render to 3. Shade smooth and go to the materials and select material 001. Go into rendered view and let's position the view around here, for example. Hit Shift A and add a camera. Ctrl Alt 0 to go into camera view and press G, Z, Z to move it in the local Z axis. Now go here and select 3D cursor. Disable proportional editing, go back into camera view and press R and Z and rotate it like this. Hit Shift A and add an empty plane axis. Go to snapping and enable it and select face project. By the way, let's set this back to median point. Press G and put it around here. Disable proportional editing and set it to increment. Select the camera and go to the object edit properties. Enable depth of field and select the empty. I think I'm going to put the camera here. Let's set the f-stop to 0.1 and the blades to 16. I'm going to select the plate again, press S, Shift Z and scale it down so that we can see more of the table. Go to the render properties. I'm going to use 128 samples. Go to color management. Set the view transform to filmic and the look to very high contrast. Now go to compositing and add a denoise node set to accurate. You also need to enable use nodes and denoising data to get these outputs. In the output properties, select the resolution and file format that you want. Now save and press F12 to render the image. If you like this tutorial, then you're probably also going to like the one that is on screen now. I'll see you next time.